Welcome to the October 2014 edition of Financial Empowerment, a production of the California Society of CPAs and Cal CPA Institute. I'm Bill Spaniel. In addition to the Certified Public Accountant designation, some CPAs also have the letters PFS following their names. PFS stands for Personal Financial Specialist. Those CPAs with that designation combine tax expertise with additional background in investments, insurance, charitable giving, and other aspects of financial planning. They also must pass a rigorous exam to acquire the PFS credential. We talked with Gina Chironis, an Irvine, California CPA PFS, regarding the services offered by a personal financial specialist.
Hello, Gina. Welcome to Financial Empowerment.
Hi, Bill. How are you today?
Great. Gina, you're a financial advisor based, I believe, in Irvine, California, correct?
That's correct.
And could you tell us what qualifies someone to be a financial advisor?
Well, there's several credentials in the marketplace. Is that what you're wondering? The most well-known credential is the CFP, or the Certified Financial Planner designation. Less well-known, but really growing in awareness amongst the public, is the CPA PFS designation. That's a Certified Public Accountant who also has the designation of Personal Financial Specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And the PFS credential is only awarded to CPAs. It is very similar to the CFP credential, but again, only CPAs are awarded this credential. So what's nice about it is that a CPA financial planner has a lens that allows them to focus more heavily on taxes,
mm-hmm.
which, as we know, particularly in California today, has a huge impact on the net returns in our investment portfolios and in virtually every financial decision that we make.
What are your credentials specifically then?
Well, I happen to be a CPA PFS.
Mm-hmm.
Certified public accountant, again, who's got tax experience, and also a personal financial planner for many years.
Okay, and did you have to take any additional classes or courses to become a PFS?
In my own personal situation, I have a master's degree in finance,
mm-hmm.
So much of my coursework was completed at the graduate level. But yes, there is an exam that's required and coursework that's required in order to obtain the credential.
Okay. So you have all that background, but why would somebody want to go see a financial advisor? What particular, what areas that you specialize in that would compel someone to actually see you for your particularly unique advice in the financial area?
I think we're all concerned about making good financial choices. And the right financial advisor can really bring a lot of value to most people's lives in this area, particularly at times of transition, such as retirement or the death of a spouse,
mm-hmm.
or the death of a parent in an inheritance situation, or even through a divorce. But even for less tumultuous personal changes, college financial planning, whether or not to contribute to a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, a qualified financial advisor who's not emotionally involved
mm-hmm.
in your decision-making process can really protect you from making costly mistakes,
okay.
And help you make smart decisions about your money.
So, is there a certain level of income that one has to reach in order to need a financial advisor?
No, absolutely not. It's really just a question, Bill, of finding the right advisor who can add value to one's situation over and above their fees.
Mm-hmm.
So different financial advisors charge in different ways. Many financial advisors have a minimum asset level that they require, but others do not. If you're young and just starting out, perhaps you just need some guidance in setting up your investment portfolio, your 401k, or maybe buying a home for the first time. You might want to consider an advisor who charges by the hour. You could consider working with a CPA PFS. Many of us do charge on an hourly basis, and you can find one by going to the AICPA website and searching for Find a CPA PFS.
And you mentioned fee-only advisors. There's also advisors who are compensated, right, by some of the investments or insurance policies that they might sell. Is that correct?
That's true. The difference between a fee-only advisor and someone who works on commission is that a fee-only advisor is paid only by their client. Mm-hmm. So, they disclose the fees, clients aware of every payment that's being made, and typically fee-only advisors don't sell products, which generally eliminates potential conflicts of interest. Mm-hmm. An advisor who's paid by commission receives fees from the sale of financial products like life insurance, annuities, and some of the investments they sell.
Okay. So if I were to consider hiring a financial advisor, what sort of questions should I ask the potential advisor before I say, well, you're the person I want to advise me?
I think the most important question you would want to ask is, are you a fiduciary advisor? Mm-hmm. And if the answer is yes, the advisor should have no problem putting that in writing. And so what is a fiduciary advisor? Fiduciary has a legal responsibility to act in the client's best interest. Most people don't realize that advisors who are employed by banks and brokerage firms typically do not have a fiduciary duty to their clients. Their legal responsibility is to act in the best interest of their employer. Mm-hmm. And therefore selling products to their clients that may not always be in the client's best interest. Second question I would ask is, does the advisor custody the accounts themselves? And that's not the answer you're looking for if they say yes. You want them to say no, because it's always best for the advisor and the custodian to be two separate people. And then I would want to know, of course, how they are compensated.
Mm-hmm. And by custodian, could you expand on that a little bit? What do you mean by custodian?
Custodian, well, the three biggest ones out there today are Schwab, Fidelity, and TD Ameritrade. Mm-hmm. So when you as an individual make an investment, it's actually custodied. The funds are actually custodied at a custodian like a Schwab or a Fidelity. And the advisor doesn't actually have access to the funds mm-hmm. in your accounts. Mm-hmm. And they cannot transfer funds in and out with some small exceptions. But typically they don't have access to your money.
Okay. Are there any other services that a client should expect from a financial advisor other than what you just said?
Many financial advisors provide only investment advice, and that can be sufficient. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of people today are looking for advisors who are willing to spend time with them to understand their situation, what their values are, what their goals are, who the important people are in their life, and what the big picture for them looks like. Mm-hmm. So once a good advisor, once they have your current situation understood, they can help you put together a plan to get you where you want to go in the future. I know I spend most of my time addressing clients' concerns. So if I summarize them, I'd probably place those concerns into 5 different areas. 1, making smart decisions about their money. Mm-hmm. 2 would be minimizing income and estate taxes. 3 would be transferring assets to the next generation and doing appropriate estate planning for that. Mm-hmm. Everyone has concerns about third parties unjustifiably taking their assets. And a few people have interest in making charitable gifts. But your financial advisor should be able to help you in all of these areas.
How often should one see his or her financial advisor, and when should that occur?
If you are just starting out and you have a relatively simple, you're lucky enough to have a relatively simple financial situation, then probably once a year. would be fine. To update your plan and modify it for any changes that may have occurred in your personal life. But many comprehensive financial planners, if you have a complicated situation, particularly small business owners who are entrepreneurs, have businesses, 401k plans, other more complicated situations, will meet quarterly or as needed. So whenever there's a major financial decision, like buying a car, leasing a car, things like that, a financial advisor is someone you should feel comfortable giving a phone call to and expect them to answer your questions.
Mm-hmm. What about major life events like weddings or birth of a child or so forth?
Particularly weddings today are so expensive. We factor that into our clients' financial plans if they have children who are not yet married. And it's a big financial consideration and something to talk about and plan for.
We appreciate the insights of Gina Chironis regarding how a CPA, personal financial specialist, can help individuals make better financial choices. Gina mentioned that you can find a local CPA PFS by going to the website of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, which is the National Professional Association for CPAs. You'll find a link to that search tool under the text description of this program in the financial empowerment portion of the CalCPA website. There you'll also find a link to a profile of Gina Chironis. We appreciate your listening to CalCPA's Financial Empowerment Program, which was produced in October 2014. If you would like to comment about our show, have a question for a CPA, or would like to suggest topics for future programs, write us at financialempowerment@calcpa.org, or simply visit www.calcpa.org. You can search there for a California CPA who can help you save on taxes, better manage your investments, or budget for those rainy days even sunny California sometimes has. Just click on the Find a CPA link. This is Bill Spaniel, and you've been listening to edition 168 of Financial Empowerment, a production of the California Society of CPAs and CalCPA Institute.